Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be giving you my 2025 National Series predictions. And without further ado, I'm going to get right into it real quick. So starting off, we got the Haas Factory team. We got, which is a rebranding of Stewart Haas Racing. Well, Stewart Haas Racing shut down. They got rebranded the Haas Factory team. So, they got, they announced, during 2025, during 2025, during 2024, towards, I think it was like Michigan, Michigan weekend back in August, that Sheldon Creed would be in the 00, replacing Cole Custer, and the 98 would be rebranded to the 41, and Sam Mayer would be behind the wheel of the 41. Jonathan Tony would be Sheldon Creed's crew chief for the 00, and Jason Truchet would be Sam Mayer's crew chief, who's coming over from Spy Motorsports in the Truck Series. For Sheldon Creed, I predicted that he would win a fine breakthrough and get that win. I don't know how he hasn't broken through and got that win yet. It's very disappointing. It's very disappointing that he has still yet to win. He finished second, I think, 6 times last year and had career year numbers, besides wins, obviously. 16 top 5s, I think, and like 20 top 10s, which is incredible. Unfortunately, had an early playoff exit, which is disappointing. Should have made the round of 8 at least, but I guess when you don't win and don't win stages, and you don't get the playoff points, things like that happen. So this time around, Sheldon Creed is going to win a race. He has to. He's got 13 second place finishes, the most by any driver without a victory. That's a record he doesn't want to keep. He wants to break that record. He will get through the victory lane this year. How many wins though? How many did I predict last year? I think I predicted like 1 or 2. So I'm probably gonna do the same thing. I'm going to predict 2 wins. Should make the round of 8 at least. Don't think he'll make the championship 4, but definitely the round of 8 at minimum. Sam Mayer, he won 3 races last year with GM Motorsports. Was very high after his win at Iowa. He was very prominent that he didn't understand why people didn't consider him for a cup ride. There was a probably good reason why. But he's going to be in the National Series in the 41 for Haas, which could be a slight downgrade from what he was, but last year he just started off awful. Like, he had no luck whatsoever. It took him till Texas, I think, to finally get some luck on his side, and he got a win at the photo finish with Ryan Sieg. So, I picked the same as him. I think he'll win a couple races. He's also a really good workhorse racer, especially the Charlotte Roval for some reason. So, expect him to be up front in the Charlotte Roval. Expect him to win a couple races and make the round of 8 as well. Championship 4 will probably be a little bit of a stretch for both Creed and Mayer, so just see how that goes. Next, we got GM Motorsports. We got Carson Kvapil in the 1. We got Justin Allgaier in the 7. We got Sammy Smith bringing back the DEI number 8 font. And we got Connor Zilic in the other Dale Jr. number, the 88, full-time for 2025. Starting off with Carson Kvapil. Definitely going to be a threat for Rookie of the Year. He's going to have his teammate Connor Zilic to worry about, but definitely he should have won Dover last spring, if caution came out just a little bit sooner and Ryan Truex didn't get by him. Carson Kvapil definitely could have won that race at Dover. I think he can win. I think he'll win a race this year. He's a good short track racer. And a car like GM Motorsports, that's really good. Arguably the best ride in the National Series, that's for sure. I think he'll sneak off, get a win, maybe 2. But I don't see him winning 3. I think it'd be too much of a stretch. Definitely make the playoffs. Could arguably get eliminated in the round of 12, but with how the tracks line up in the round of 12 for him, definitely can make the round of 8, for sure. And with Martinsville in the round of 8, and of course Talladega, anything can happen at Talladega. But Martinsville definitely make the championship 4 possibility for Carson. So, round of 8, couple wins. Definitely wouldn't be surprised. Next is your reigning champion, lucky number 7 for car number 7 for Justin Allgaier. Finally broke through and got that championship. It was like destined to fail to get that championship last year. Got it done. So happy for him. And he's going to try to make the Daytona 500 as a reward. That's awesome. Happy for him. For his National Series season, though, I think he'll definitely be a threat to get back into the championship four and defend his title. It's going to be a little bit of a hard of a challenge, I think, to defend that title. But definitely could get like 3 or 4 wins easily. And took him till the summer, I think, to finally break through and get a win. Actually, he won Darlington in the spring, and then it took him till Michigan in the summer to get a second. So I think he won like 3 or 4 races last year. I can't remember. I think it was like 4. I can't remember. But definitely be reaching those numbers again, and definitely be making the championship 4 again. For Sammy Smith, he was the spoiler of the playoffs. Limped his way into the playoffs, barely making it on points due to Ryan Sieg's unfortunate missed opportunities at Watkins Glen in Atlanta. And one Talladega to make the round of 8, that was an upset, honestly. Didn't see him getting very far in the playoffs. And he was literally one spot away from making the championship 4, being another upset. So he definitely proved that don't count him out, that's for sure. So for Sammy, he might get a win, but with how he performed, he was very disappointing. And on the fringe of a playoff bubble in a GM Motorsports car, that's unacceptable. You're in the best car in the field, and you barely made the playoffs. You made the playoffs, yes, but you didn't make the owners' playoffs either. So because of the 19 and 20 cars, so. Hopefully he can maybe get another win. Maybe seems like he was clicking in at the end of the year, so hopefully he gets that momentum in the 2025, and hopefully the DEI number 8 font could propel him forward, and hopefully give him that extra strength to get that famous number 8 back into victory lane. And last but not least, probably the most anticipated prospect in the sport right now, being Connor Zilisch. He is under contract with Trackhouse in the Cup Series team, but they worked a deal out with GM Motorsports to get him this full-time opportunity in the 88, which I believe Trackhouse will be providing majority of the sponsorship, with GM Motorsports providing a little bit of the sponsorship as well. So for Connor, this kid is talented. He is so talented. In the span of a year, he will go from making his Truck Series debut to his Cup Series debut. In the span of a year. That's incredible. That's insane. That's unfathomable to think about. So for Connor, definitely will win multiple races. He is a really good road course racer too. So he's going to have to adapt on the big ovals, but the road courses with I think there's like 6 of them on the schedule. Whew. Man, oh man, you better look out for that 88 car. He's gonna be up front no matter what. He's gonna be up front, winning stages, leading laps on those road courses. Man, he is going, and that's the best car too. One of the arguably best cars on the track. So you're gonna be looking out for the 88 in your rearview mirror on those road courses and them braking zones. That kid's gonna be hot. That kid's gonna be on fire. That kid is going to probably make the championship 4, I'm going to be honest with you. I would not be surprised. Definitely round of 8. Championship 4 would definitely not be a surprise. Look out for Connor Zilisch in that 88 car to be a threat majority of weeks, especially week in, week out. That kid's got a little talent, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. That's for sure. Next, GM Motorsports actually bringing a 5th car again. With the 88 being full-time, they're swapping the 9 and the 88. So now the 9 is going to be the all-star car, with the 88 being a full-time car now. Currently, the 9 is scheduled for 9 races, funny enough, with 2 more Trackhouse drivers, Ross Chastain and Shane Van Gisbergen. Chastain will be making 5 races in the 9 car. His races will be COTA, Circuit of the Americas, Darlington, Nashville, Dover, and Iowa. SVG, his four races will all be road courses, so we're going to have a nice battle between teammates Connor Zilisch and SVG on those road courses. That's going to be awesome to watch. His 4 races will be Mexico, Chicago, Sonoma, and Watkins Glen. My predictions for those 2, I think Chastain can get a win easily, maybe at Darlington, or maybe COTA, He was close to winning there in the DGM car, so if he was close to winning in that 92 car for DGM Racing, then he can certainly be a threat in a GM Motorsports car. That's probably going to be his best car that he's driven in the National Series since Ganassi. And he showed out in the Ganassi car, so Chastain's going to be a threat, that's for sure. And he was top 5 last year in the DGM car in Iowa, so he's definitely going to be a threat there too. SVG, road course. If Kaulig was not at his strongest last year, imagine what he could do in a GM Motorsports car on a road course. Imagine what he can do in a GM Motorsports car on a road course, man. It's going to bring everybody to shame. If he could win in a Kaulig car on a road course, he could definitely win a road course in a GM Motorsports car. I wouldn't be surprised if he swept all 4 races that he's in, honestly. Especially in Mexico when he's going to get a bunch of seat time. And Chicago, street racer, hello. He's a threat. It doesn't matter what course it is. He's a threat no matter what. So, SVG's going to be a threat no matter what. So, Kyle Zillage and SVG are going to have some great battles next year on those road courses. That's going to be awesome to watch. It said the same thing about SVG and AJ Allmendinger, and unfortunately, SVG got the last laugh, unfortunately. So, this one's going to be awesome to watch. SVG and Connor Zillage. Oh, man, I can't wait. I can't wait for Mexico in June. I can't wait. Next, we got RCR. We got Jesse Love in the 2, who had an upset win at Talladega in the spring. Made it to the round of 8, all the way to the round of 8. He should have won Atlanta, too, in the spring. He dominated that race. Unfortunately, he went into overtime, ran out of gas on the restart. Very painful, very heartbreaking. And just to see his teammate win at the end, it's also very disappointing. For Jesse, without the RCR cars at Super Speedways, I would not be surprised if he's up front with Austin Hill. Definitely be a threat, for sure, with his teammate. Maybe pull off a win again. But he was really good on the ovals, too, so I wouldn't be surprised. Jesse's a very, very underrated driver. And he won 10 ARCA races in 2023, so he's definitely got the talent behind him, for sure. Austin Hill, he won 4 races. I remember, ARCA won 3 races, I remember now. Excuse me. Austin Hill, he won 4 races last year. I think he was the only driver to win 4 races, actually. 3 of them on Super Speedways, with him sweeping Atlanta, winning the season opener at Daytona for the 3rd year in a row, and winning Homestead in a dominating fashion, just like he did in his Hattori days in 2019 in trucks, making it to the Championship 4 for the first time in his career. He'd definitely be a French Championship 4 driver again. Watch out for them Super Speedways, like I mentioned, Austin Hill, and then an RCR 21 car. Especially Daytona. It doesn't matter. I mean, Talladega seems to be his Achilles heel, but Daytona and Atlanta, definitely a threat for sure. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe he could finally get some natural wins as opposed to Super Speedway wins. He's basically like definitely Dale Earnhardt for sure. Dale Earnhardt for sure. But we'll see how he does. Definitely make the playoffs. Should be round of 8 guaranteed. Championship 4 might be a stretch a little bit, but not impossible for sure. Especially since Talladega is in the round of 8 too. So yeah, when we're supposed to make the Championship 4, I'm gonna be honest with you, with Talladega in there, and no, just Talladega. Cause I was thinking Truck Series, the short Volvo, but that's a different round. And then they're bringing a 3rd car for a one-off with Wockingham. It was just announced on Friday. Apparently, people call it Casey Kane Friday. Why they call it Casey Kane Friday? I got no idea. I'm just gonna leave it like that. But yeah, he'll be coming back at Wockingham, making a comeback. Keep an eye on him, in case the man with the chisel jawline, as people call it. Casey Kane, unfortunately, had to step away from NASCAR in 2018 because he was having health concerns. So glad to see him back. For at least for a one-off. Definitely didn't think it was going to happen. So he'll definitely be a threat at Wockingham, that's for sure. And his only truck start there, he won. And his only cup start, he finished second, barely to Matt Kenseth. So expect him to be a threat for that race at Rockingham for sure. Definitely winning top 10, top 5, maybe even competing for the win. He's going to put on a show. He's going to put on a clinic. I can't wait to see Kasey Kahne back on track too, and with Hendrick cars as a sponsorship too. So that's going to be a nice looking 33 car at Rockingham when we get to Easter weekend. Next, we got Alpha Prime. We got Parker Wetzloff moving from Jordan Anderson Racing to Alpha Prime in the 4 car, which was the 43. Very underrated driver. Many people only remember him for pushing Harrison Boone to the Cup Series win at Daytona. And Chevy Pops would be mad at him for pushing a Ford to victory lane, but he had no choice. Like, come on. Just stingy. Stingy. Anyway. Apparently it didn't hurt his Chevy relationship because Alpha Prime's a Chevy team, so all's good. All seriousness, though. Don't think he's not going to make the playoffs without a win, honestly. And I don't see him winning, so definitely get some top 20s for sure. He had a very bad year, although he got 2 poles. That was pretty good, but just inconsistent last year. So hopefully be more consistent this year, get some good finishes for the team, and be ready to hopefully be like Brendan Poole here coming up and try to spoil and get a playoff spot, which is what Brendan Poole almost did at Talladega last spring. He was literally leading coming off of turn 4, coming to the checkered flag, and he was this close, maybe like this close from snagging that upset victory and getting into the playoffs, which would be huge for Alpha Prime. But him returning to the 44 is also huge. I think he was like top 16 in points too last year, so which is huge for Alpha Prime. So with Parker Wetzloff having a veteran like Brendan Poole as his teammate, that's gonna be awesome. Definitely could be top 20 in points again for sure. Next is the 45 car. They're bringing back the 45 with multiple drivers. Cesar Becquerel is confirmed for Daytona, so see what he can do. Maybe see him makes the race. Good luck to him. Next, we got Allen Motorsports. We got Chris White in the 5. He was full-time at ARCA last year for Venturini. He did 2 truck starts for Tricon in the 1. Very disappointing. It just seems like he'd be a field filler. Rookie of the Year class is stacked for 2025. He is definitely going to be by far the worst rookie. Because you got Carson Kvapil, Connor Zilic as rookies this year. You got Daniel Dye, Christian Eckes as rookies too. William Sawalich, Taylor Gray, and Dean Thompson. So, I'm sorry. Chris, you're going to be overshadowed by a lot of people. Sorry, man. Just try not to wreck the car, 5 times a year, and you'll be good. Car League Racing now is coming up. We got Daniel Dye in the 10. He was very underrated in his starts last year, Car League in that 10. Got a couple top 10s out of it. I think it was like a 7th at Indy and maybe like an 8th at Iowa. So, I think those was only 2 top 10s. So, I don't think he'll make the playoffs without a win, but definitely be a threat for sure. If you give him the chance and opportunity. Next is Josh Williams. He was very disappointing last year. I really expected more out of Josh. And it seemed like he expected more of himself, too. Hopefully he does better. But, man. Arguably the best car that he's been in, and he did not do anything with it. Of course, Car League was off, too, but that off? Nah, I don't think so. So, maybe he could do better. Hopefully. I really hope. Because I really like Josh. It's just very disappointing. Then we got Christian Eckes in the 16. Definitely the best 2 seasons in the Truck Series for sure the past 2 years. Almost finished every single race in the top 10 last year, except only missed out in 1 race being Atlanta. And he had a brake failure. If he would have won that, if he would have finished top 10 that race, that would have been huge Probably the first driver to finish top 10 in every race this season. In a long time. And under the old points, man, he would have won the title by a country mile. Unfortunately, we don't live in those days anymore, so because that's boring. Anyway, but for Christian Eckes, I think he can sneak off a win or two. Definitely make the playoffs for sure. But I don't know where he will get that win. It seems to be pretty good, no matter where he's at. So there's gonna be a lot more workhorses on the schedule, so he might have to work on that a little bit. But he'd be pretty good, for sure. Definitely a threat. Next, we got maybe a fourth quality car, possibly. I don't know what number they would go with, because the 14's taken, the 31's taken. They could maybe do the 01 or the 61. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe have AJ Allmendinger return maybe for some workhorse starts. That'd be good for AJ. Get his feet wet again a little. We'll see. Next, we got SS Greenlight Racing. We got Patrick Emily in the 07 and Garrett Smithley being full-time in the 14. Patrick Emily, his first start will be Las Vegas in the 5th race in the spring, so he's not going to be in that car full-time. For both those cars, just get some laps under their belts, be consistent, get some good finishes, maybe pop off at a super speedway, get an upset finish, maybe top 10, top 15. Definitely be contenders on the super speedway for sure. Next, we got Hendrick Motorsports. They're bringing back their iconic number 17 car for some starts, part time. I think they might confirm Corey Day to be in that car. Maybe have the Hendrick boys in there too, with Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, William Bond, Alex Bowman. And even Roger Caruth as well, possibly. But if you see a 17 on track, do not expect to be in victory lane at least. At the very minimum, you expect them to be in the victory lane. Look out for that 17 car when he hits on track. I believe it was confirmed that I think Jack and Ash confirmed that their first star will be Phoenix in the spring. So whoever be in the 17 car at Phoenix, look out. They're gonna be contenders. Next, we got Joe Gibbs Racing. We got William Sawalage in the 18. He'll be going for Rookie of the Year. He might win. He might not. I really don't know too much about him. Although from what I've seen in his truck starts, he was very disappointing. But he was really good in ARCA. He was the 2-time ARCA champion, reigning ARCA champion. So I don't know. Maybe cars just suit his style better. That tends to happen with a lot of drivers. Some drivers do better in trucks. Some drivers do better in cars. It happens. It's just hit or miss. I don't know how many. He should make the playoffs for sure. That's a guarantee. Even in a Gibbs car, you should make the playoffs. So, definitely it should be a win for sure, at the very least. Maybe one. Next is Brandon Jones in the 20 car, which was very surprising. I thought he'd be in the 19. But with him being in the 20, that means the 19 will be the All-Star car. But we'll get to that in a second. In a minute. For Brandon Jones, I believe he said in his test at Rockingham in December that he'll have Sheldon Creed's crew. So Sam McCauley will be his crew chief. That the 18 crew essentially. Who got those 6 second-place finishes. I think for Brandon, I think this is what he needs after 2 disappointing seasons with GM Motorsports. Missing the playoffs both seasons, which in GM Motorsports car, that's a very disappointing thing to do. But for Brandon Jones, I think I'm really excited for him in that 20 car. It's basically the same scheme that he was in when he was in the 19. Many people remember that he got dumped by Ty Gibbs. And I think that's basically why he left Gibbs. But definitely I think he'll pop up, maybe get a win. But I don't see him winning multiple. Definitely make the playoffs. Hopefully make the round of 8. But yeah. Excuse me. Maybe Brandon could pull off a win, maybe in that 2-year winless streak, almost 3-year winless streak that he's had for a while now. So It'll be awesome to see Brandon get back in victory lane. Next, we got Taylor Gray in the 54. He was really hit or miss in his starts for Gibbs in the National Series last year. He did pop up, get a top 5 for Pocono, coming on 5th, which I think that was his only top 5. But I think he got another 5th somewhere else. But definitely got some top 10s. Need to work on the consistency, but he's gonna have Jason Ratcliffe as his crew chief, so that's a great guy to have on top of the pit box. Arguably the best crew chief in the series, maybe all time. But that's a great voice to have in your ear, making the calls. So definitely could possibly pop off, get a couple wins, sneak his way in the championship for, but definitely behind the V for sure. And I would not be surprised to see that 54 and 50 lane. And Ty Gibbs is going to be owning that car too, so that'd be very good to see as well. See Ty get victory lane for the first time as a car owner. Next, like I mentioned, we got the 19 car being the All-Star car. The only driver confirmed is Justin Bonsignor for 5 races. Hopefully one of those starts in New Hampshire. He did so well in his debut. Finished 22nd. The finish did not replicate what he ran. The whole race was in the top 10, top 5 always. Contending for the win. I don't remember what happened. I think it was either inexperience when he got a speed penalty, or he must have cut a tire down. I think it was when he cut a tire down that cost him. But if one of those starts in New Hampshire again, look out. He's going to be a threat. And possibly going to have like John Nemechek, Ty Gibbs, Montrex Jr., maybe Chase Briscoe, Christopher Bell maybe making some starts in that 19 as well. So look out for some of those heavy hitters to be in that car and contend for wins week in and week out throughout the year. Next, we got AM Racing. We got Harrison Burton, the Daytona Cup Series winner for the regular season finale. Not the regular season finale, that's this year. Last year was the penultimate regular season race. This is the regular season finale again. But he got the 100th win for the Wood Brothers, which honestly, it didn't matter. He was still going to get demoted no matter what. They're bringing back the 25 for AM Racing. For Harrison, he'll definitely be a dark horse playoff contender for sure. He might pop off a win in Super Speedway again like he did in Cup, but I really don't see him making it in on points. He's going to have to get in with the playoffs with a win. And I only see him doing that in Super Speedway, unfortunately. Because AM Racing is not the best 4 team. It's probably the worst 4 team, I'm going to be honest with you. Next, we got Sam Hunt Racing, the only SHR team nowadays. Got Dean Thompson full-time in the 26. He was not bad in his 2 starts at Charlotte and Talladega. He caused a wreck at Talladega. So, is what it is. But just be consistent, and just be consistent. Not make some starts. Be consistent. Get some good finishes. Don't think he's making the playoffs. Wouldn't expect him to make the playoffs in his first year. So, just do his normal stuff. Be consistent. Get some good finishes, and get better as the year goes on. They might bring back a second car, being the 24 for Corey Heim and his select starts, but that remains to be seen. That's TBD. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Corey Heim back in the Sam Hunt car with the 24. Definitely almost won Atlanta last summer, so I would not be surprised to see him up there either. Possibly competing for top 5s, top 10s. Next is Jordan Anderson Racing. We got the 27 of Jeb Button making a return. He was very disappointing last year too. He only got 1 top 10 the whole year, which was a 9th. At Talladega, I think. So hopefully they get all the bad luck, all the bad juju gone, get it gone, and hopefully get some good ones again, and hopefully maybe do 2023 and pop off with a win and make the playoffs. Of course, that's the only way he's making the playoffs. Same goes for his teammate Blaine Perkins, which not many people know about Blaine Perkins, but he's very underrated. This is a very underrated, good opportunity for him. It's probably the best car he's been in, arguably. Again, just like Jeb, though, it's going to have to win and race to make the playoffs. But for Blaine, get some good, consistent ones going. Show the world who you are, show them what you're capable of, and show them that you're here to stay, and You deserve this opportunity. They're bringing back a third car, part-time for Jordan Anderson, the 32. They confirmed Austin Green to be making a start, probably at Coda, if I had to guess. Maybe Jordan Anderson will hop in the ride at Daytona, like he always does. Has a good time, has a good showing. Jordan's a great guy. From what I've seen in his interviews, he's just such an enthusiastic man, an enthusiastic person, loves the sport. He's definitely going to be going high, wide, and handsome at Daytona if he does make a start. And then we got RSS Racing. Ryan Sieg, man, so close to like 2 or 3 wins. He finished second 3 times, I think, last year, which is incredible. And he almost made the playoffs too, which is also incredible. But for his brother Kyle, though, I think he just needs to get some good finishes, good results, and be consistent like his brother Ryan. His time will come, though, for sure. His time will come. But like I said about Ryan, though, that man came so close so many times. 2 1,000ths of a second to Sam Ayer at Texas. Literally passed AJ Allmendinger in Las Vegas, but got loose and had to give up the lead. And then a caution came out, and he didn't have the long one call like AJ did. He had the long one call, but not the short one call like AJ did. And Talladega is probably the worst of his second place finishes because he had to push Sammy Smith to the win, unfortunately. But if he would have won Texas, he would have been in the playoffs. But it just didn't happen. But it is what it is. Next, we got Joey Gase Motorsports. Then we got multiple drivers in the 35 and 53 cars. Greg Van Alst will be doing majority of the schedule. 19 of the 33 races in the 35 car starting at Daytona. So great opportunity for Greg Van Alst. Get some laps under his belt, get some good finishes, see what he can do. They also confirmed they're going to have 2 drivers making their debut, attempted to, at Coda for both the 35 and 53 cars. I did not get their names, but good luck to them trying making their debuts, both of them. And for those 2 cars, just get some good finishes. Just get some good finishes. Hopefully get above the top 30 maybe, if you're lucky. Oh, I remember Austin Hill. Not that Austin Hill, the other Austin Hill. Apparently there's 2 people named the exact same. But this Austin Hill is, I remember the 35. He's the 53. Excuse me. He'll probably be in the 53. This Austin Hill is 16. So this Austin Hill is going to try to make the race, while the other Austin Hill is in the 21. Definitely should be in the top 10. So not confusing at all. Not confusing at all. Next, we got NBM Motorsports. Not NBM Motorsports, that's later on. Next is Young's Motorsports. Anthony Alfredo, doing his usual journeyman-like career. He'll be in the 42 full-time for Young's Motorsports, bringing his Dude Wipe sponsorship. He was very underrated in that 5 car for Al Motorsports, and Leland Honeyman almost got an upset win to Daytona. Talladega. So don't be surprised to see, and Anthony's been really good at Super Speedway, so don't be surprised to see Anthony up there. And Anthony can get the most out of his equipment. So do not be surprised to see that 42 car in the top 20 week in and week out. And at Daytona and one in the top 10, top 5, maybe leading some laps. Don't be surprised. And also don't be surprised if he actually pulls off an upset win. Don't be surprised about that either. Next, we got Big Machine Racing with Nick Sanchez making his first National Series season in the 48 car for Big Machine, probably with Big Machine Vodka as the sponsorship, with Patrick Donahue as the crew chief. That car should have won at least 2-3 races with Parker Kligerman in it, so it definitely has the speed to win. Nick Sanchez definitely has the talent to do so. He might pull off a win, maybe. I don't know where he'll pull it off, but he should be a playoff contender for sure on points. Parker Kligerman made the playoffs on points in that car last year, so don't be surprised to see Nick make the playoffs either in that 48 car either. Preston Pardis possibly, next is Preston Pardis in the 50. He ran some road course races in Martinsville last year. Expect him to maybe come back with some more road course starts, but that's to be announced, so Don't really have any hopes or promise for him yet. So that's going to be a question mark. Joey Clements, I think last year, in the 51, last year I think they said it was their first ever full season with sponsorship, which was awesome for that small team that lucked their way into the playoffs a couple times. Very deserving. He's going to pull off one of them upsets again if he wants to make the playoffs this year. But definitely a hard worker, him and his family, and winning that team. Definitely hard workers. Definitely got some work to do, but they're not afraid to do so. That's for sure. Now we come back to NBM Motorsports. They ran the 66 at the beginning of the year, then they swapped to the 13. So I don't know what number they're running. Oh yeah, and they also changed the name to Garage 66, by the way. So I'm still calling them NBM. I don't like Garage 66. I'm just gonna still call them NBM. So don't know what number they'll be in. Don't know who's gonna drive it. Don't know anything about them. So we're just gonna skip that. Them. Next, we got a new team coming into the sport called Cope Family Racing. Derek Cope has once again started up another team, this time being the number 70, who have an alliance with RCR and the ECR chassis, ECR engines. And they're going to have two drivers drive that car, with Leland Honeyman Jr. doing the majority of the races, doing the ovals, doing Daytona and Atlanta, with Thomas Annunziata winning the road courses, starting at COTA, Circuit of the Americas. Good luck to both of those young gentlemen. Definitely going to be interesting to see if they can get some top 20 finishes, maybe some top 25s out of that car. Especially with an alliance with RCR, that's going to be a great start for those both young careers. So good luck to them in their respective starts, and hopefully they get some good laps in under their belts, and hopefully get some good finishes. Next, we got DGM Racing. We got the only one driver Cafun being Ryan Ellis in the 71. Which is a rebranding from the usual 91, 92 that they had been, and 36 they have been running. So whether they run a second car or not remains to be seen. Part-time, full-time remains to be seen. But for Ryan Ellis, ran his first full season last year for Alpha Prime in the 43. Definitely got some good seat time, gives him good experience. Now he's going to be in his second full-time season, which is arguably maybe on the same level, maybe a little better, than Alpha Prime. But who knows? Good luck to Ryan Ellis and our 71 team. Getting some good finishes, good consistent runs. And apparently he actually asked Wash Chastain for the approval. And if he said, and Chastain said that you'd be kicking yourself in the butt if you're not going to take that deal. So he took the deal. He could thank Wash Chastain for that, because DGM, Chastain's drove a DGM before, so he knows a little thing or two about those cars. So good luck to Ryan Ellis and that 71 team getting some good consistent ones in 2025. Next is BJ McLeod in the 78. Whether he won some races in the National Series next year, he is winning some Cup races, but whether he's winning his own team in the 78 remains to be seen. He ran the first 5 races in the National Series last year, and they never ran again. So hopefully he makes some one-off starts again. Although he did won like 1 or 2 races for NBM, so who knows if he's going to be winning his own car again in 78. But unfortunate, but that he won't be able to if he isn't. But definitely a hard worker, that's for sure. And last but not least, we got Viking Motorsports. And then they were in the sport last year, but under the 38 car with Matt DiBenedetto and CJ McLaughlin. This next year, they're going to be rebranding to the 38, from the 38 to the 99, swapping manufacturers from Ford to Chevy, and going to have an alliance with RCR. And Matt DiBenedetto will be coming along for the ride as well. And I believe it's a multi-year deal for Matty D, a 2-year deal to drive the 99. So I believe what the owner said was Ford gave him like the minimum offer. Toyota didn't have any engines for him, and Chevy ended up being the only good deal. So they took it. So it was better than Ford. So apparently, so for Matty D, he didn't do too bad in his starts in the 38 last year. Got a couple top 10s. Iowa got his best career finish of 7th. At Talladega in the spring, he had a previous best career finish of 8th. So definitely a couple good top 10 ones for Matty D last year. Could probably do the same thing this year. Maybe sneak it off with a win. If it's gonna be all your car, then Matty D on a super speedway, he's really good at super speedways. So Matty D maybe in a possible third RCR car, like at Talladega, Daytona, or Atlanta even, could possibly be a threat for those races. So look out for Matty D, possibly be possible threat for those races. Well, that's gonna be it for the Nash Series predictions. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe to the video, ring the little bell so you know if I upload, and let me know in the comments what y'all think your predictions are for the 2025 Nash Series season, and which drivers you have winning, which ones you don't have winning, and just leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Alrighty, guys, I'll catch y'all on the next one. See ya.